So I couldn't recommend it highly enough to anyone out there who suffers any sort of low back pain.
My mom said the first time I got on that thing and inverted, she said the look on my face, I looked like I was so relieved, the pressure.
And I will continue to use it for my back for many years to come.
It's been one of the best purchases that I've ever made in my life.
I have 6 grandkids, and I am able to get on the floor and play with them. Thanks for being there for me. I really appreciate it. Keep up the good work and stay upside down.
Man, it feels so good and just really relaxes you. I don't know that I'll ever not use this every day.
We use it every night right before we go to bed. We love our inversion table and we couldn't do without it.
I just really wanted to say thank you.
We are really happy to have this table here at HSN. It has been it's our longest running piece of passive fun side of fitness that we've had. I mean, it's a 40th anniversary of Roger Teeter and his invention of this product that, really came about because he had an injury and he was in so much pain, he came up with a different way of dealing with it other than popping pills and masking the pain. Inversion is incredible. And this, by the way, this table is UL certified and FDA registered. That is a huge thing to really put into your brain about this because it's the best table out there. There have been studies and tests done and they have gone over and above the standardized testing. We'll talk about that in the show. It is something that you will absolutely love owning because you will own it. You can jump on for 5 minutes. You can do it morning, noon, or night. Everybody in the family can enjoy the benefits of inversion, which has been around for 2,000 years. So it's something that if you're dealing with pain, this is an answer for you to help relieve that pain. It is on sale in a huge way today. Honestly, this is the lowest price I think I've ever seen us do. This is the X3. This is the upgraded the bed. It comes with this wonderful ratcheted foot system that locks you into place. It comes with the oversized, easy handles to help you get up and out of inversion. There's a tether strap, so you'll never feel like you're, a little bit went too far here. We'll show that in a minute, but we'll go through all of the details. It comes virtually all assembled. There's a couple of major pieces that you have to put on board yourself. We'll talk about that too. But read some reviews as we go through this procedure and talk through the system. Note that this is a massive customer pick, has been for years. And it is coming to you no charge to ship. It's on 5 Flex, so it's a little more than $65 to get yours, and it's on its way. And it is something that also qualifies for that $20 back if you put this on your HSN card today. But before I introduce you to Roger, the man who invented this product 40 years ago, I'd love to introduce you to Horace, a man who has always admired Roger, and this is a very special moment that he got to have and tell his story as well.
I was always an active person. I've always been physical. To have that come to a screeching halt was something I really couldn't live with. Physically, mentally, and emotionally, I was totally a grumpy old man. When I got my Teeter, that's when it all changed for me. And the more I worked my back, the more relief my back gave me. And that's when I knew that this machine really works. It's so simple and yet so effective. If it wasn't for the Teeter, I wouldn't be the person I am today. It put the smile back on my face. If I was face to face with Roger Teeter, I would cry like a baby because what he gave me was my life back. And I thank him. I thank him for that.
You can just tell me in person.
Oh, God. Thank you, sir. I didn't know you were going to be here.
I love my job, and it's because of testimonies like yours. I wrecked my back, and inversion changed my life. This is not a gimmick. We're not just selling product. We're selling a changed lifestyle.
Yes.
So many people have written off their ability to move freely because of old age. No, it's the long-term effects of gravity combined with lifestyle, posture, and a whole lot of other things. Teeter's a way to fight back against that.
I can't thank you enough.
Oh my gosh, every time I see that, I literally feel with tingles. I can't imagine how Roger Teeter himself must feel, knowing that over 2.5 million of these systems are out in people's homes around the world. But he is joining us himself live today, upside down and all. Hi, Raj.
Hi, Callie. Great. You know, I love my job. And you know, at 82, I just don't need to be doing this, except that it changed my life so dramatically. Just like Horace's story. My story's the same. You know, and I really wanted to bring Teeter Inversion to the public so that they could experience the benefits, not just of relieving back pain, but having the flexibility to be active into your retirement years.
That's what it's all about, is living your life. I mean, I can't believe with your energy that you're 82 years old, but you're still out there on the slalom courses and water skiing and playing with your grandkids. And it's all because you can be more pain-free in your life thanks to this. Let's start at the beginning. I know it comes, Raj, pretty much pre-assembled. And then I do think it's really important to talk about the benefits and then the quality of your table.
Absolutely. You know, and I want to mention on the water skiing, you know, Callie, that's how I wrecked my back 40 years ago, running the slalom course. And what did I do last summer? I water skied, old men count things, don't ask me why, 70 times. 70 times I was behind the boat, and many of those in the slalom course. This was just shot at the end of last summer. You know, there's a lot more work going out there than it looks like, but that's what I love to do, the acceleration, the speed, and then keep playing with the grandkids, you know. And you know, now, as far as the product itself, this is our most advanced product, and you know, I hate assembly. You mentioned assembly, I hate it. And that's why this part, all these small components, fully assembled out of the box. Even the bed is fully assembled, the A-frame's fully assembled. You do have 2 bolts relevant to packing. They're really having to do with packing. It's not a traditional assembly procedure. So the only real assembly you have is these upgraded handles, which are 3 machine screws and 1 bolt. All the spreader arms, the 4 corner feet, all of the other components are fully assembled right out of the box. You literally will spend more time getting it out of the box than you will putting it together.
Let's talk about FDA, because this is really important information. You've gone through the rigors.
And this is it. Teeter is FDA cleared as a Class 1 medical device, and FDA says Teeter is indicated for back pain. Well, we all got that, but sciatica, that's a pinched nerve. Spinal degenerative joint disease, that's the same as osteoarthritis, just a different name. Spinal curvature due to tight muscles. Muscle tension, who doesn't have that today? And then herniated disc, that is a big deal. That is a blown out disc that is really a very serious problem. Degenerative disc disease, spinal stenosis, facet syndrome, muscle spasm. You know, Teeter actually deals with all 10 of those causes of back pain because it gives relief 4 different ways. First of all, it stretches and relaxes all the muscles of the back. Then it takes the pressure off any pinched nerves, that's a big deal. Helps discs to rejuvenate, to rehydrate. And if there's a misalignment when you decompress the spine, it naturally realigns itself. So giving back pain relief 4 different ways, and it targets the problem directly at the source and does it in just 3 to 5 minutes.
That is so
And you don't
awesome.
have to go to full inversion either.
That's a great point. In fact, I'm going to jump on because you know how much I have this table at home. I had the original table and maybe one of the earlier models. I upgraded 2 years ago to this table. It's excellent. Let's talk about UL certification too, because you guys don't just meet their standards, you exceed them by so much.
We exceed their standards. Now, there are many, many UL specifications. So the one that I'm talking about is the one that they called out or designed specifically for inversion tables. And Teeter meets all the requirements. It's the only brand that meets all the requirements. 30,000 cycles on every moving part. And in order for it to be rated for a 300-pound user, it must hold 4 times that. That's 1,200 pounds. There's the toughest test. Cycling 30,000 times with 300 pounds. And that is, believe me, my background is aircraft, and I've been trained to deal with fatigue failure, and that's the problem with aircraft. That's the problem with inversion tables. And here's fatigue failure. I'll show you what I mean. See that vertical line on the right with the writing? That is the requirement set by the UL safety engineers. 30,000 cycles with 300 pounds. that long blue line, that's us. We went 40,000 cycles, stopped it for time, there was no failure. I did sit-ups on that table, Kelly, after 40,000 cycles, totally structurally sound. Did you look at those other four?
Yeah.
Other four most commonly, catastrophic structural failures, broken, bent, and torn metal. I want you to understand that because it's very important. They use ordinary steel. Ordinary steel is subject to fatigue failure. Take a wire coat hanger, that's ordinary steel, and bend it back and forth. You can break it in 1 minute. That is a fatigue failure. And Teeter uses high carbon steels, heat treated and key components to engineer that out. So if you're serious about inversion, maybe you've even tried one of the less expensive tables and now you're saying, boy, this is part of my life because it really makes a difference. You want to upgrade to a table that you can use for years. Like you mentioned, you've got your first table 20 years. Colleen and Andrew Lessman both have tables going back 20 years. Yeah. You know, and still being, and Colleen's still using hers. Her husband is using it at the office.
You know what, you use it forever. I mean, it's such a quality piece, and that's so important when you're hanging upside down to understand. Don't buy something, even if you feel like, oh, I'm gonna save a little bit of money and get a copycatter out there. Get Rogers, do it especially. I mean, it's on sale by $120 today. That's a huge savings. I don't know if I've ever seen us do something. This is something we normally do. The only time we mark down the prices at the beginning of the year. But you know, last year was the most stressful year for all of us ever in our lifetimes. A lot of us were lounging around lots, being sedentary, and that all takes its strain too. It's not just from physical exercise or manual labor. All of those things cause us to be in discomfort and pain. And we're gonna go through that long list of what this can address because it is FDA registered. It's a Class 1 medical device. If you don't mind, Raj, let's go through this again because everybody can relate to one or two of these things on the list.
Back pain, sciatica, that's a pinched nerve. Spinal degenerative joint disease, that's osteoarthritis. Spinal curvature, you know, from slouch sitting, rounded shoulders, muscle tension, who doesn't have that? You know, herniated discs, degenerative disc disease, spinal stenosis, facet syndrome, muscle spasm. And you know, we have been less active over the last year, and this is really important, Kelly. When you're less active, the muscles that support your back become weaker and less able to stabilize the back. So we're actually at more risk from low activity of another back problem. You know, Teeter is a way to keep your back healthy, not just get rid of the back pain, but get ahead of the curve and keep that youthful flexibility. Just a quick example, you know, as your skin ages, it becomes inelastic and you get wrinkles. Well, you know that's coming, so you get ahead of the curve. Your spine is very similar. Your spine, as it ages, it loses flexibility and height. But by using the Teeter on a regular basis, you can help keep that youthful flexibility and not give away your age on how you move.
It's so true.
You know, this is an aging spine.
Right.
This is life on this planet.
This is what happens.
Absolutely, to all of us. This figure's not gaining weight, but he certainly is having body shape changes. He's losing height. He's losing, look at that. He simply can't move as freely because the discs, we're gonna see the discs in a second. Look at the discs in the older gentleman, they're much thinner. That's where his flexibility is, shock absorption. It's bad enough he's lost his figure, but the big deal is the height losses in the soft tissue of the joints. That's where your ability to be active, to keep up with the grandkids, to do the gardening, you know, and Kelly, that's what life's about, especially when you get into your 80s like I am.
It's crazy. I still can't get over that. And you know, Raj, I've known you for 22 years now, and your energy and positivity is just, it's so wonderful to be around. And speaking of being around, I know you've been around a lot of doctors from way back in the day when you had your first injury, but throughout the process of your living, because doctors really have a lot to say about inversion and the benefits of it. We're going to take a listen to Dr. Fryer and Dr. Long.
So when you decompress, there is a lengthening of the spine. And by doing so, with a greater disc height, you've got more room for the nerves, there's less compression with the facet joints, and the spine is just much happier.
For the past 53 years, I've been a neurosurgeon with a major interest in chronic pain and dealing with many patients with back pain. Most patients tell me if they use their Teeter inversion table on a regular basis, they simply feel much better. No one has to do anything to you, and I think it's a very natural way to deal with the problem.
It is a natural way to deal with the problem. I'm going to invert. I know I have the tether strap on here, Roger, because you don't have to go to full inversion to enjoy the benefits. This feels amazing.
Absolutely not. You know, and right now, Callie, as you're relaxing, you're getting progressive decompression. Oof. That means every joint is being decompressed by exactly the same weight it has to carry.
This feels so good. I felt a few pops in there. I feel like I'm going to be taller when I get off of this table. And it could be, how often do you have to do it and how long do you recommend?
Well, 3 to 5 minutes. It's actually listen to your body. You know, you can certainly go longer. I see you've got your hands on the traction handles there. You know, by pushing on those, you can go to a shallow angle like you're at. That's a moderate angle. It's not a shallow angle. And then you can push on the traction handles and actually elongate your body as though you were in full inversion. So you can get the benefit of full inversion and never go beyond the angle of, in fact, you don't even have to go to the angle you're at there.
Yeah, it's true. And then to get up, I just bend my knees. It's really pretty amazing. It's very easy to do. It's very comfortable. It's actually a lot of fun. So Raj, I know this is a crazy good price on this. I feel like this is the price of like your entry-level table.
It is. You know something crazy? It's our 22nd anniversary last January. You know what the price of the table was with its canvas cover and none of the upgrades we have now? Exactly the same price that you have it today, $329. Yeah, I know. Brian Hyder was the host for those of you faithful HSN viewers. You know, that goes back, well, 22 years.
Yeah, and you invented the table 40 years ago. We're celebrating your 40th anniversary, part of the reason why the savings is so significant today. You guys will never regret getting this. You really won't. It is something you feel so much better. I love getting off of it because I feel like I've got like an oxygen wash to my brain and my blood is flowing and I feel just such relief on my whole spine. Not to mention, can we talk a little bit more about this foot contraption? This used to be something that you had to buy separately if you wanted the upgrade. This is the best one out there too.
Absolutely, Callie. In fact, that's a $100 upgrade. That Easy Reach handle was really developed for our clinical use. We've got the most comfortable ankle supports. They're a hard backing and then an ergonomically shaped foam cover. In fact, this whole table is our most advanced table, and the thing that engineering-wise I'm proudest of is it is our most comfortable table because we've taken this bed and lifted it off the A-frame to make it more comfortable. You cannot put foam on an inversion table. It's very important you understand that because it interferes with decompression. The idea of an inversion table is that your body elongates, so it's got to slide on the bed. And there, see, it's like a hammock.
Yeah.
It's like floating on 8 suspension points, and as you sit on it, you actually sink into it about 1.5 inches. You've got the lumbar bridge, acupressure nodes, which are little wing nut connected pressure points that are there, 2 of each of 4 sizes to get those knots. You've got the traction handles, you've got the oversized handles for kind of like training wheels on the bicycle.
That's exactly what they're like.
First thing you do is you set it for your height, put the security strap on. That is, well, it's not a security strap, it's an easy angle tether strap. Now I'm gonna leave that off. You see it laying on the floor there, but that's what you were using. You can stop it at any angle. And the idea is that by adjusting it correctly, this pivot point is at your center of mass, and you can control it. It's a precision table. You get exactly the same control. Every table's the same. They're all robot welded, so that my table and your table are absolutely identical. You know, you have the total control. Go back to this angle. Let's say you've got that tether strap on. Use the traction handles to further decompress your body as though you were full inversion. Or if you want, take the strap off, work up to this angle. This is kind of the magic angle, Callie, where your body will elongate 1 to 2 inches. That's a real number. And that's taking the pressure off those pinched nerves, helping the spine to realign, pulling that herniated disc bulge back in, a bulged disc or herniated disc, helping to pull that back in. And you've got this grip that you can pull and push yourself back in shape. Full inversion, you don't need to go here. But by actual survey,
people that invert on a regular basis, 50% do go to full inversion. And that's because you've got so much more freedom. You know, you've got the freedom of a much younger man when you're inverted. You can do these things, and you can turn the teeter into a workout station. You know, this is the toughest crunch on the planet. Inverted squats, sculpt the glutes, strengthen the hamstrings.
You're amazing.
You know, when you're, well, I'll be 83 in a few months. Gosh. When you're that age, it's functional fitness that counts. Joints that work, Callie, so you can run the slalom course. I hope to go. I am going snow skiing tomorrow.
Oh my gosh,
I can't wait.
So great.
I love it.
You're inspiring.
And when you get off the table, you know, I got to do this. Even if you don't jump, you'll feel like you can.
And you're right. I know that you also include the Move app, which is a free app. You're always uploading new exercises and different ideas on how to relax on this.
That is a great plus. It's a Teeter Move, and it's an app, and it has all kinds of videos, all kinds of instructions. It is a very we put a lot of investment into that app. It's totally free. Download it, and it just has so many benefits. We didn't even go through it on a short show, but you will find it's a great asset to meeting goals and getting rid of that back pain and keeping up your flexibility schedule.
That's what it's all about, is living life to the fullest. And Raj, a huge thank you for joining us this afternoon. It's wonderful seeing you. I love your energy. Thanks for everything you do for us.
Well, you know, just one last word, and that is you cannot live on this planet, Callie, more than 20 years and not know what gravity's doing to you. Yep. It's pulling everything south. It's stealing your figure. It's stealing your flexibility. It's making you move old, giving away your age. A regular program with Teeter can help you keep that youthful flexibility and function. At the same time, have better posture and you know, keep your original body shape. Gravity's not kind to the human body.
No, it's not. This is the way to fight back. Thanks again. So good to see you. Have a wonderful time skiing tomorrow. I'm jealous.
Thank you, Callie.
You bet. Guys, it's item 634808. This is the best price. Top of the line X3 table, the latest out there at the price of what the first table was 22 years ago. So again, I didn't get a chance to read some of the customer comments, but please do. It's a customer pick, and it's just an awesome, awesome part of your life. Again, that's 634808. So in honor, by the way,